Welcome back to Tournament 29 of Halo Ninja Warrior. In the last episode, 50 competitors took on Stage 1 in the 4th Halo Infinite tournament. Despite all the talent on the course, only 3 managed to advance. Caden Wyatt was the first, marking the 300th Stage 1 clear in Halo Ninja Warrior history. He was joined by Jun Sato Cyan and Gaming Brando, who both earned their first ever clears. Meanwhile, veterans Irish, Super Ninja Jake, and Sane the Legend were all taken out. Now, 50 more competitors will get their chance to take on Stage 1 and fight for a spot on the second stage. Now we are moving on to Elite MKB. This veteran making his 12th appearance on the course. In the last tournament, he went out on the piano keys, got a really crazy save jump on that 4th key, but couldn't make it to the dismount. Elite has one Stage 1 clear under his belt. That was back in Tournament 17. Right now, he is on to the curtain slider. Elite gets a grapple, and he is moving on to the fishbone. If he can get past this obstacle, it will at least be an improvement over the previous tournament. Elite jumping through it right now, and he is through the fishbone onto the jump hang kai. He has failed this twice in the past. He gets a weird bounce. Elite doesn't have the distance, and he comes up short on the jump hang kai for the 3rd time in his career.
Damn, you went too quick.
I didn't go too quick.
It's unfortunate.
He still barely missed it. He almost
got it. You did better than last time. And the time before that. You're getting one obstacle further each time.
That is true. Steady improvement from Elite MKB on Halo Infinite. Now we are moving on to KalobPlayzYT. Second appearance for this competitor. He was last in Tournament 22 when he failed the hurdle jump. It's been a long time coming for his return, but Caleb is on to the long jump, and with a weird 360, he has now set a personal best. Can he get past the curtain slider? Caleb does get the grapple, and he is moving on to the fishbone. All right, waiting for that right timing. He goes for the first, he's got it, and he goes too quickly to the second pole. KalobPlayzYT out on the fishbone, and another body flying through the air. That brings us on to another newcomer. This is Whirlpool 730. Our 53rd competitor of the tournament. Still waiting on that 4th clear. Could we see a newcomer pull it off? Whirlpool is through the long jump. Now for the curtain slider. Whirlpool, the nice little sideways jump right there, and a beautiful grapple. Moving on to the fishbone. Whirlpool lines up that first jump. Good patience right there. Almost comes up short. He gets stomped. Oh, the save jump strikes again. Whirlpool 730 came up a little short on that second pull and thought he needed a save jump, and that cost him his run. He gets stomped down into the water just like Hi, I'm Galactic did earlier. That brings us on to our next newcomer. That is Vitamin. Number 54. Vitamins are important, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're getting your vitamins. Let's see how this one does. I'm not sure if it's vitamin A, B, C, D. I don't even know how many vitamins there are, but we'll determine based on this run. Oh no! It'll be vitamin F for failure on the curtain slider. That brings us on to another veteran of the course. This is Mighty Max 80. His 11th appearance. He went out shockingly early in the last tournament, failing the curtain slider. This guy has been to Stage 3 twice in the past. Outside of those 2 appearances, he has not defeated Stage 1. So let's see if he can get back on track today. First up, he needs some revenge. Mighty Max doesn't get the grapple, and he is out on the second obstacle yet again. Back-to-back tournaments where this veteran cannot defeat the curtain slider. I say again, he's been to Stage 3 twice in the past. It is shocking to see him go out that early. After that, we had Pickle Rick come up short on the long jump. Nitro Keeper looked just like Mighty Max, not getting the grapple. And then we had Mr. Hunter, not related to Hunter Unit 751. He went for a big sprint jump, but just came up short on the long jump. Now we're gonna join Tonv 101 in action. This is his second appearance. We last saw him in Tournament 27 when he failed the jump hang kai. But now he is on to the fishbone. Tonv would love to get a showdown. He almost overshoots that second pole, but look at that. He's smooth throughout the rest of the fishbone. Now for revenge, Tonv. He gets a great bounce, and he is going around the outside of the jump hang kai, and he gets his revenge. This is a personal best. Can he do the circle slider? Nice late jump off the first ring. Good crouch. And Tonv is going to save jump the final ring. He is on to the warped wall. This competitor from Thailand is up it in 1. Now can he do the flying shoot? He launches a late jump there, but Tonv makes the distance. He's going to go for the dismount, and he has it. Now it is time for the lumberjack climb. Tonv, what a save jump! That could have been disastrous for Tonv, but he is climbing up to the top, and Tonv is going to stage 2. 17.1 seconds left. That was an incredible run.
Let's go. He did it.
God, way too close.
Oh, ah.
That was a sketchy fight.
I love seeing a clutch save like that. So much fun to watch. And Tonv, on his second appearance, has earned his first ever shot at stage 2. That is now 4 competitors moving on to the second stage. FluffyBee would love to be the 5th. It's also his second appearance. He made his debut in Tournament 28, failing the crooked wall. FluffyBee. He's had a lot of involvement with other courses. I know he's helped out with some editing when it comes to Aborigines Warrior. Let's see if his involvement in the jumping community will pay off here on stage 1. So far, he's looking good onto the fishbone. Waits for that first pole to go up. Now he's cruising through the fishbone onto the third pole. And he's got the 4th. FluffyBee is onto the jump hang kai. Great timing on the jump, good crouch, and a nice high bounce. FluffyBee is going to go through the inside. Now a very difficult obstacle. Only a second appearance. He beat it in the last tournament. FluffyBee is racing. He's got so much momentum, and look at that. FluffyBee, wow, he almost went to the left on the dismount there. Not sure what that was about, but he's onto the warped wall and up it in 1. Now the flying shoot. The 10th time we've seen it in any tournament. And look at FluffyBee. Wow, how did he get that save jump? He caught that with his kneecaps. FluffyBee onto the lumberjack climb. 25 seconds left. That's a pretty common amount of time for our competitors to have left at this point. FluffyBee looks so clean on the lumberjack climb, and he is going on to stage 2 as well. 17.2 seconds left.
And just like that, look at that. Good work.
Easy. Let's go. He didn't pack it up.
Easy.
I love to see it. FluffyBee makes it 5 competitors moving on to stage 2, and 3 of them have some type of 17 seconds left. Well done, FluffyBee. Right after Fluffy, we saw Ghostdragon not have enough of a technique on the long jump, and then we had Kappa 13, whose footage was lost, but he failed the long jump. Nob1e Hunter went out on the curtain slider, as did Snipero 123. And then Master I 558 couldn't get the grapple. Master Cheeks did get the grapple, actually made it to the ball, but came up short of the dismount. And then D-Waltz 90 couldn't even get to the grapple. We're seeing that obstacle do a lot of damage. Wolly Wospers was able to get to the jump hang kai, but came up short on the bounce. Thanos Killer was sliding all over the place and went right down the middle, failing the jump hang kai. That brings us on to Disappoint number 70. Go, he is looking so smooth, and on his 3rd appearance, Disappoint is moving on to stage 2. The stuff that we've seen out of Cyan and Gaming Brando, even Tonv and FluffyBee, that's similar to what we saw out of Disappoint last tournament, getting that first ever stage 1 clear in his career. So Disappoint would love to back that up with a back-to-back clear. Let's see how he does. He's through the first obstacles relatively easily. Now it is time for a showdown with the Fishbone. He almost overshoots that second pole, but Disappoint stays on top, and he is on to the jump hang kai. Nice crouch into it. Look at how high he bounces. Wow, what a save jump from Disappoint. He needed that one right there. He had a lot of downward momentum, but he's able to keep it together. Now the obstacle that he defeated in the last tournament, he's going to stop on the first ring. Disappoint, he's going to cut his jump. It looks like Ump in Tournament 18. Disappoint flies through the circle slider. Now he is on to the warped wall. Can he get up it in one? No, he cannot. Disappoint going for a second attempt. Still not up the warped wall, but he's down to 28 seconds. Still plenty of time if he gets up it here, which he does. Disappoint. He failed this obstacle in 27, beat it in 28. Disappoint gets a great landing and a perfect save jump, and Disappoint is moving on to the lumberjack climb. He still has time as long as he doesn't make any mistakes. So far, so good. Disappoint, the klaxon is sounding, but he gets to the top. Disappoint is going back to stage 2.
Nice
Let's
recovery.
Go.
Oh, dude, you scared me that entire run.
Yeah.
From the fishbone to the warp wall, and now the flying chute, and look at you.
Let's not forget that jump hang kai save as well, but that is 6 competitors moving on to stage 2. Right now, Disappoint and Caden Wyatt, the only ones on this list who have been there before. That brings us on to Spartan Walnut 71, and today he's wearing number 71 on his 9th appearance. He went out on the circle slider in the last tournament. We've seen it do a lot of damage here today. Spartan Walnut is through the long jump. Now it is time for the curtain slider. He's got the grapple. He connects. Spartan Walnut with the red and gold. He's got a very stylish Spartan, lighting up the floor as he walks on it. Look at him go on the fishbone. He's onto the 4th pole, and he gets the dismount. Now Spartan Walnut is onto the jump hang kai. He bounces and lands so perfectly on the outside. Now he's going around. Look at all of his footsteps. They're very fancy right now. Spartan Walnut, time for a showdown. This is where he failed last tournament. He gets a good jump. He gets a slide, and Spartan Walnut is out on the circle slider yet again. Look at this. He held his crouch a little bit too long. He got the slide, and that caused him to lose all of his momentum. He fails the same obstacle in back-to-back tournaments. Well, this guy, he knows what it feels like to fail the same obstacle in back-to-back tournaments. In both tournaments 27 and 28, he had almost identical flying chute failures. Let's see how Soul does today. He also failed the flying chute in tournament 26 as well. It just looked a little bit different. But that is 3 straight tournaments that Soul has gone out on the flying chute. Now on his 13th appearance, it's going to be the lucky 13 for Soul. He's only defeated stage 1 once. That was in tournament 7. Right now he's on the fishbone. Quickly up to the 3rd. Long jump to the 4th. Soul takes a save jump. Oh my goodness, how does he get through that? Soul gets completely squished and makes it onto the jump hang kai, and he gets a crazy save jump just like Disappoint did. Soul is having one of the sketchiest runs ever right now, but he is staying alive. Soul is on to the circle slider. Not a great jump. He loses his speed, and Soul Reaper comes up short of the 3rd ring just like Walnut. But I need to look at this fishbone. He takes a save jump and he gets away with it. How does that even happen? Soul with one of the craziest moves we've seen so far this tournament, but he just lost all of his speed on that circle slider, and he will not get a 4th shot at the Halo Infinite flying chute. After that, we saw the veteran of Vows, the Samurai, return to the course. He came up short on the jump hang kai, almost landed it, but slipped off. And then Donnie Woods, 3966, couldn't quite reach the grapple. That will bring us on to one of the biggest legends of Halo Ninja Warrior. Drago is back, making his 16th appearance today. He's defeated stage 1 9 times in his career. 8 times he's been to stage 3, and he has been to the final stage twice, including in tournament 5, when Drago became the first competitor to ever defeat stage 3. He was so close to getting total victory in that tournament, missing it by about half a second. And then he got back there again in Tournament 7, where he had another close call. So close to getting a total victory twice, but he hasn't been able to pull it off. He has not been to Stage 2 since Tournament 10. He was also on Stage 3 in Tournament 10, but Tournament 11, he had one of the most shocking Stage 1 failures of all time. Going out on the rope climb, he has never been able to overcome that failure. Drago still looking for his first Stage 1 clear in over 10 years. Drago hopping through the fishbone right now. A little bit of a rush on that third pole, but he gets through it. Now it is time for the jump hang kai. Drago with a nice bounce. All right, he's into it. Going around the outside. Drago failed the crooked wall in the last tournament, so he did defeat this circle slider. Can he do it again? Drago is going to stop on the second ring. He tries to take a save jump, and he fails. He got caught in the middle, didn't know if he wanted a full send, he didn't know if he wanted to save it, and he gets stuck right there on that second ring, trying to go back at the last second. And our Xbox 360 All-Star is bringing in an entourage of dead Spartans as he goes out on this very difficult obstacle that has taken out 10 competitors so far. More than half of the people who are getting to the circle slider are failing it, but the sun has set, and we are approaching the final 25 runs of Tournament 29. Starting off with Sonic Fan. He has attempted Stage 1 7 times in the past, defeated it 3 times, and he has been to Stage 3 twice, with his personal best performance coming in Tournament 25, the final Halo 5 tournament. Let's see how Sonic does today on his 8th appearance. Sonic Fan missed Tournament 28. I guess he was afraid of the snow, but when we last saw him in Tournament 27, he defeated Stage 1. Now he will get his first attempt at the curtain slider, and Sonic nails it. Now for the fishbone. Goes right for that first pole. Great timing there. Sonic with a kind of a small jump there from the second to the third pole, but he is on to the jump hang kai. Good bounce and a very gentle landing right there, going through the outside. Now it is time for the circle slider. Sonic with a nice crouch right there. He gets the second ring and the third. Sonic Fan is on to this new version of the warped wall. And he's up and in 1. Look at how much time he has left. Now for the flying chute. He failed this in Tournament 26. Sonic gets the jump. Perfect save jump, perfect landing, and a great dismount. And Sonic is on to the lumberjack climb. He still has so much time left on the clock. I think it's going to be the fastest time of the tournament so far. Sonic Fan, with 24.1 seconds left, is going on to Stage 2.
Sonic just has to have it, man. He just shows up and does.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Let's go.
Hours of practice.
That is a great welcome back for Sonic Fan, who is now our 7th competitor who is advancing to Stage 2. Next up on the course, we have the veteran Flamosaurus, who had an incredible save last tournament. Gives you some more experience with jumping, so let's see if it pays off here for Flame. Flame, does he get the grapple? Oh, he gets a second grapple, and Flame stays alive. Time for the flying chute. He jumps into it. Flame goes for it, too much speed, and he's not able to get a save jump. As amazing as that save was, I'm sure Flame would much prefer a clean, smooth run right here on the curtain slider. He will get another shot at it. This is the scene of the crime from Tournament 28. Flame this time handles it, no issues. In all of the last 3 tournaments, Flame has failed the flying chute, just like Soul Reaper. Let's see if Flame can get there. Right now, he's on the fishbone, makes the jump up to the third pole, and he did that about as clean as you can do it. Now Flame onto the jump hang kai. He goes to the left side. Such a high and controlled bounce right there from Flame. Going through the inside of the jump hang kai. Now he is on to the circle slider. Such a deadly obstacle right here. Flame with a good first jump, a great second jump, and he nails the third ring and the dismount. Now for the warped wall. Flame is up and in 1. This is the obstacle that he's failed 3 times in a row. He's going to use the light. What is Flame doing? He's getting on the light. He jumps into the man cannon. He jumps for the bar. Flame with a save jump. He's got it. Finally, Flame is through the flying chute. Now he's on to the lumberjack climb. He still has 18 seconds left. He's climbing up. He's got a big old sentinel beam on his back. It's not weighing him down, and Flame is finally going back to stage 2. That is his first stage 1 clear on Halo Infinite. He beats the Klaxon. 10.8 seconds left, and he is shooting that flying chute. He is happy to be our 8th competitor to defeat stage 1 in tournament 29. Well done, Flame. Right after that, we saw some struggles on the course with DeMi GoDz, who could not get past the jump hang kai. Too good of a bounce and hit that red bar up top. Then we had Arceus88011, no speed on the long jump. And that will bring us to our 80th competitor of the tournament. This is Sunnyside Splash, who got his first Halo Infinite clear in the previous tournament. He's improved in every Halo Infinite tournament. It was rough in tournament 26. He went out on the Bridge of Blades. He failed the flying chute in 27, but clears in 28. And before that, he had been on stage 2 multiple times on Halo 5. He actually cleared as a newcomer back in tournament 24. And right now, he is on to the circle slider. Sunnyside Splash beat it last tournament. He takes a save jump on the 3rd ring. Smart move right there from Sunny. And he is on to the warped wall. Can he get up it in 1? Yes, he can. Now the flying chute. Sunny sprints into it. He jumps. Sunny, look at that landing. Everyone is making this obstacle look easy right now, and it is not easy. But Sunnyside Splash is on to the lumberjack climb. He's climbing up, very straight up jumps, and then he shifts, and wait, hold up a second. What is going on? There's no landmine.
Just go ahead. Just go hit the wall. Hit the wall.
Sunny just hit the wall. All right. We're counting that as a clear. There's no landmine, but that is a stage 1 clear.
We'll Photoshop it in. What the fuck is that?
I stopped because I saw it, and then does that count as time?
I've never seen that before.
That is most certainly a first in Halo Ninja Warrior history. No landmine, but Sunnyside Splash is indeed moving on to stage 2. With that, we are going to move on to our next newcomer of the tournament. This is Bowling. Let's see if he can roll his way down the lane here on the long jump. Bowling, great timing on the jump there. He gets deep into the dismount. Now for the curtain slider. Good slide up the wall there. A perfect grapple, and Bowling is on to the fishbone. So far, the best newcomer run we've seen was Secret Ninja getting to the warped wall. Bowling looking really good on the fishbone right here. Now it is time for the jump hang kai. Bowling lines it up, jumps a little late, but he gets a good bounce and he hits his head, bounces off the side of the wall, and he goes out on the jump hang kai. Right after that, we saw Toxic rush on his 2nd appearance. He made it to the circle slider, stopped on that 2nd ring, but just couldn't get the distance to reach the 3rd. After that, it was Boxiest Fall, who took a very cylindrical fall on the fishbone. And then Zhang Chun-Li failed the long jump. I probably butchered that name. But now we are on to a special run. Could be better. Game types Phil. He has a lot of different names, making his 20th appearance. That should say 19 right there. But anyway, he has been to stage 3 5 times in his career. We go back to Tournament 1. He was always a fun guy to watch. Look at him inside the warped wall back in Tournament 1. He tied for first place that tournament. He was named an All-Star. Big part of that was his Tournament 4 run when he made it to the final obstacle of Stage 3. Now, the last time we saw him compete was in Tournament 27 when he failed the crooked wall. But this guy, definitely a legend of the course, and a big congratulations to Phil for being the 6th competitor to reach 20 appearances on Halo Ninja Warrior. Let's see how he does here. Phil is on to the long jump, and he gets through it. Now it is time for the curtain slider. Bit of a low jump there, but he gets the grapple, and he connects to the ball. Look at that launch. He got deep onto the dismount there. Phil is on to the fishbone. He's got the first, looking very smooth right now, very precise with his jumps. Phil, oh, what's this technique on the jump hang kai? He gets 0 run up, and he's able to make it. That was very impressive. Phil showing off why he's an Xbox 360 All-Star. And Imagine if he became one of the Infinite All-Stars. I would love to see it. Oh no, that didn't look like a good jump. Phil is out on the circle slider. He just did not get a good jump out of that first ring. Didn't pick his feet up. You got to get a little crouch right there. Phil does not crouch. He loses his speed, and he is out on stage 1 yet again. That's going to bring us on to Pedro Man 618. We knew him as Patrillo for a long time. He's going to be making his 10th appearance today. He's defeated stage 1 6 times in the past, and he's been to stage 3 twice. In the last tournament, he did defeat stage 1, which was very exciting for him, but his stage 2 run was very short-lived as he went out on the first obstacle of stage 2, something that he did back in tournament 20 as well. No one else in Halo Ninja Warrior history has failed the first obstacle of stage 2 multiple times. But let's see if Pedro can beat stage 1 and try to get some redemption. Oh, late jump there on the long jump, but he gets it. Now he is on to the curtain slider. Beautiful slide up the wall, a low grapple, and Pedro is on to the fishbone. As crazy as it sounds, despite all of the success that Pedro has had on other courses, I would almost mark him in the underrated category on Halo Ninja Warrior. Pedro racing through the fishbone, he's on to the jump hang kai, but he has had so much success. 6 stage 1 clears out of 9 appearances is a very, very amazing start to a career. And now on his 10th appearance, imagine if he gets his 7th clear. He's gonna have to get past this circle slider. Pedro, with big jumps, is able to get through it. Now he is onto the warped wall. Can he get up it in 1? Yes, indeed he can. Pedro onto the flying chute. He's got to focus up here. Pedro with a great landing, a perfect save jump. Our competitors are sticking this bar like I've never seen before on the flying chute. And Pedro is aiming for that 7th stage 1 clear of his career. Look at that. He gets to the top with 18.8 seconds left, and he is going back to stage 2 for his 2nd tournament in a row.
Made that look easy, bro.
Let's go, Pedro.
Woo, 100. Yes.
You made that look so easy.
Pedro celebrating 100 stage 1 clears across all courses, but I am celebrating 10 stage 1 clears here in tournament 29. Our competitors are turning things around. Right after that, we saw the newcomer Fat Tony get so low on the grapple, but he wasn't fat enough to break it. After that, he went onto the fishbone and got a weird hop off that first jump. And then Sergeant Pepper, our last newcomer of the tournament, failed the fishbone as well. That will bring us on to Atlantic Champ on his 13th appearance. Number 89, this veteran went out on the crooked wall in tournament 28. Before that, he had defeated stage 1 in both tournaments 26 and 27. Needless to say, he was not happy with his crooked wall failure, very much like Super Ninja Jake wasn't happy either. Atlantic onto the curtain slider. He's got a great grapple right there, launches his way over to the fishbone. Atlantic Champ, one of the top competitors in this course's history, finished in 1st place back in tournament 24. But right now he is racing through the fishbone and he is on to the jump hang kai. Atlantic Champ with a gorgeous bounce around the outside on the jump hang kai. He is going to hop up to the circle slider now. Atlantic Champ. Oh, weird jump onto that first ring. He gets a little bit behind, and Atlantic Champ is out on the circle slider. Another top competitor failing this very difficult obstacle.
I didn't even. I forgot how to do the obstacle midway through. I'm going back into good jumper retirement.
That is 2 tournaments in a row failing the 5th obstacle for Atlantic Champ. Now we're going to move on to Eternal Flame. This new veteran of the course made it to stage 2 in tournament 28. He actually made it to stage 3 in tournament 27 as well. So only 4th appearance for this guy, and he is already making a name for himself. He's also one of only 3 competitors in Halo Ninja Warrior history to beat stage 1 with 30 seconds or more left on the clock. So Eternal Flame, a bit of a speed demon as well. And look at that, he's going right into the fishbone. He is flying through the fishbone, and Eternal Flame is going to go on to the jump hang kai. He gets a great bounce right there, and look at him going through the inside. He doesn't want to do any of that slow stuff. He wants to keep his pedal to the metal. Now he is on to the circle slider. Great first jump right there on the first ring. Great on the second ring, and he is flawless on that obstacle. Now time for the warped wall. Can he get up in one? Of course he can. Flame, Eternal Flame, with 40 seconds left as he launches into the flying chute. One save jump, straight to the dismount. Eternal Flame, once again, is demolishing stage 1. Going for his 3rd clear in a row. Will he beat Sonic's time? It's going to be close. Eternal Flame, yes, he has the fastest time through stage 1 so far in Tournament 29. And that is his 3rd stage 1 clear in a row. Eternal Flame, such an impressive new competitor on this course. I love to see his success, and that makes him the 11th competitor to advance to stage 2. And that is going to bring us on to the Xbox One All-Star Gotenks. 14 stage 1 clears in his career. That is the 3rd most all-time, but 3 final stage appearances. No one else in Halo Ninja Warrior history has done that. In Tournament 26, Gotenks had one of the most insane stage 1 clears, all zeros on the clock, and after a replay review, he did actually have the time he needed to advance to stage 2. In Tournament 28, he had a very sad failure on the flying chute, just barely missing that save jump. He was so close to getting it, and he could have gone 3 for 3 to start off Halo Infinite. But now Gotenks looking to get some revenge. Both Gotenks and Spenny 37 became the 3rd and 4th competitors to hit 20 appearances, which they did in Tournament 27. And now Gotenks, on his 22nd appearance, is on to the fishbone. Look at this pace. He has to slow himself down a little bit for that 3rd pull, but he navigates it perfectly. Now he is on to the jump hang kai. Great bounce right there. Look at how deep he gets into the outside of the jump hang kai. Gotenks now onto the circle slider. He's gonna go right for it. Gotenks, lovely little crouch right there on the first ring. He gets the 2nd, the 3rd, and Gotenks is onto the warped wall. He's had struggles here in the past. Gotenks lines it up, and he is up it in 1. Now the obstacle that he failed the last tournament. Gotenks walks into the man cannon. He jumps. Gotenks with a save jump. No, he can't get it again. 2 tournaments in a row, he gets a save jump but can't make the landing. He failed it 2 tournaments in a row after clearing it 2 tournaments in a row. That time not even close to getting back to the bar.
So yeah, I came into this tournament, failing the flying chute, so I tried to prepare even harder for it, which I did. But, just the save jump issue, but, stuff happens. But, going into next tournament, I'll try to work on that even more and hopefully get past the next one. But, like I said, stuff happens.
It's actually mind-blowing when you look at the stats for the flying chute on Halo Infinite and how many people failed it in 26 and 27, yet Gotenks defeats it. And now these last 2 tournaments where the flying chute has not been that big of a problem for our competitors, but it has been a problem for Gotenks. That will bring us on to the 3rd most experienced competitor in Halo Ninja Warrior history, Snaz, who has been to stage 2 8 times in his career. He's been to stage 3 once, which is when he cleared it back in Tournament 9. Let's take a look at this big leap that he made on only his 3rd appearance when he made it to the final stage alongside just 1 player. But we last saw him in Tournament 28 get his first stage 1 clear on Halo Infinite, eventually going out on the spider walk on stage 2. Didn't get the height he needed right there. But Snaz is one of those competitors that everyone's always rooting for. You want to see him get deep into this course. I'd love to see him get back to stage 3 someday. Although I know he loves his 1-for-1 record on that stage, Snaz still wants to put his best foot forward. Right now he is on to the curtain slider. He got it last tournament. He gets it again today. And Snaz is on to the fishbone. I like how many jumpers are cutting those corners on the run-up. Snaz gets the first pull. He's got the 2nd, right to the 3rd, right to the 4th. Snaz, no issues there. Now the jump hang kai. I don't want to talk to him about this obstacle. Oh, what a weird bounce. All right, he's got some redemption from what happened in Tournament 27. Again, don't really want to go into that one. Snaz now on to the circle slider. He runs up, gets a great crouch, and he slides. Snaz, no, he comes up short. He got this obstacle in the previous tournament, and I know for a fact He was very confident in it this time around. But look at that, he gets a slide, loses his speed, and Snaz is out earlier than he expected to be.
I don't even know what I did wrong. Oh well. I thought that one was so good. I thought my rings were perfect on that one. Damn.
Yeah.
It's the last place I expected to fail. God, how do I fail that, man?
Well, I'll say this, Snaz is definitely not alone right now. He is the 14th different competitor who has gone out on the circle slider. But now we are moving on to Spenny 37, the veteran, who has had a great start to Halo Infinite. He's on to the second peg, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth, and Spenny 37 is going back to stage 2 for the third tournament in a row. 16.3 seconds left. Spenny 37, Free MMO Direct, and Joey Davis are the only 3 competitors who are perfect on stage 1 on Halo Infinite. Let's see if Spenny could be the first to go 4 for 4. We'll find out about the other 2 later on, but right now Spenny is through the curtain slider. It is time for the fishbone. He's on to the first. Nice little jump to the second there, pops up to the third, and across to the fourth. Spenny on to the jump hang kai. Look at that bounce right there, lands around the outside, and he is hopping through it very quickly right now. Spenny onto the circle slider. No Halo Infinite stage 1 obstacle has caused him an issue so far. He slides and he still gets it. Spenny 37, that was a very close call, but he got a magnificent jump right there. Now it is time for the flying chute. He has not had any issues with this obstacle so far. Look at that early jump. Spenny 37 is doing it again. He is on to the lumberjack climb. Can our New Zealander make it up this climb? He's done it 3 times on Halo Infinite. He is going for 4. Spenny 37 is going back to stage 2 yet again. 4, 4, 4.
Spenny, that's kind of funny.
4 for 4 on Infinite, dude. Nice.
That save on the circle slider was metal.
Dude, that was an insane save, bro. He like slid across to the third and barely made it.
Spenny 37 with a beautiful display right here on stage 1, and that makes it 12 competitors who are advancing to stage 2. Next up, we have the Xbox One All-Star Ump Double Ump. He has 7 stage 1 clears under his belt. He's only failed stage 2 once, which we'll get to in a second. But he has been to the final stage. He failed the Heavenly Ladder in Tournament 18 when he pulled off this outstanding final jump on the pipe slider. He did end up slipping on the Heavenly Ladder, much like Gotenks did in Tournaments 10 and 11. Now, in the last tournament, he had a shocking failure after defeating Stage 1 for his first time in 6 years. But he was 1 jump away from Stage 3, and he failed the wall lift, and that was how he marked his first ever Stage 2 failure. A very shocking way for this All-Star to go out, but Ump Double Ump, still a very phenomenal competitor who has a great chance to improve upon that run in this tournament. Ump Double Ump right now is going for the curtain slider. And he gets a great grapple right there. Ump has always been a very technical jumper. He likes to have techniques for all of his jumps and just be very analytical about the way he handles each obstacle. And look at him just powering his way through the fishbone right there. Now he is on to the jump hang kai. Nice crouch. Look at how high he gets. And a perfect landing on the outside. Ump gets the dismount. Now he is on to the circle slider. Ump, good crouch right there. He's got the speed. Ump with no issues on the circle slider. Now he is on to the warped wall. Ump Double Ump up it in 1, and he has a lot of time on the clock. Ump is going to take a second here before the flying chute. He sprints into it. An interesting technique, but Ump is able to get the flying chute yet again. Now he is on to the lumberjack climb with 30 seconds left. Ump Double Ump going for his second clear in a row. Ump is out on the lumberjack climb. I do not believe it. He jumps onto it, gets the first peg, and barely slips off the second one. I don't know what happened to him there. but back-to-back tournaments, he fails the final obstacle of a stage. That is a heartbreaking failure for Ump Double Ump, being so close to getting back to stage 2. And the Lumberjack Climb, not the most difficult obstacle, but it can strike when you least expect it. And that will bring us on to number 95, the Spartan Sasuke host, who had an equally disappointing failure last tournament. Rog is onto the wall lift. He's got 12 seconds left. He takes a second to line it up. He's going. He's stopping between each one. Rog with one jump left. No way! He fails the wall lift. Rog goes out on the last wall just like Ump. Ump and Rog, almost identical failures last tournament. Let's hope Rog does not follow Ump's lead this time around. Rog, the host of Spartan Sasuke, he's been a great jumper for a long time now. Let's see if he can get back to stage 2 for his 3rd time on Halo Infinite. His only stage 1 failure on Infinite so far was in tournament 27 on the flying chute. Right now, Rog going through the fishbone, and he's looking really good. Rog onto the jump hang kai. He's going to crouch into that trampoline with a nice high bounce and a save jump. Both of those techniques seem to be working out for our competitors. Now Rog is on to the circle slider. Rog early on the ramp, but he gets a good crouch. Rog slides on the second ring, and Rog is out on stage 1. He fails the circle slider in a very similar way to Spartan Walnut getting that slide. He failed it just like Snaz. That is a heartbreaking way to go out.
Alright, you got this, Rog.
No.
Damn it. The curse.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Them rings. Oh well.
You can hear the pain in everyone's voice, feeling for Rog after that failure. But now we are on to the veteran Vulcan. He has competed 15 times before, been to stage 2 8 times, stage 3 4 times, and he made it to the final stage in tournament 25, his personal best. But he has been around all the way since tournament 10, but he became the first competitor to defeat stage 3 in the regeneration era when he defeated the Ludicrous Swing in tournament 25. And he actually had a good shot at total victory, climbing up the final rope, but fell short just a couple jumps away from the buzzer. In the last tournament, Vulcan made it to stage 3 for his first time on Halo Infinite, and then he eventually went out on the body prop, just the second obstacle of stage 3. Vulcan had a long time curse on this course where he would fail stage 1 every other tournament. Every even number tournament he would fail, but in tournament 28, he finally broke that curse. Let's see if he can make it 3 in a row today. Right now, Vulcan is on to the curtain slider. Beautiful slide right there and a good grapple. Vulcan, I would love to see him get back at stage 3. He's someone who always has a good shot to get through stage 3. He proved it in tournament 25. He just hasn't had a ton of opportunities since then. Vulcan onto the jump hang kai. Beautiful bounce, very high, and he is going to go through the inside. Vulcan onto the circle slider. This is where Rog just failed. Vulcan with a great jump on the first ring, perfectly to the second, and he nails the third ring. Vulcan is onto the warped wall. He gets up it in 1. Now it is time for the flying chute. He has failed this on Halo Infinite. Vulcan, look at that landing. That was perfect. And he is through the flying chute. Now it is time for the lumberjack climb. We saw Ump fail this. Vulcan getting some great jumps right now, just hanging on those corners. But Vulcan is going back to stage 2 for his 3rd time in a row.
Your curse is over, man.
I forgot what he found out to have a good streak.
Congrats, bro.
Super happy for Vulcan. He is a great competitor who deserves this streak, and he is our 13th competitor moving on to stage 2. The all-time clear record is 21. We're not going to break that this tournament, but with 4 amazing competitors left to go, we could see our 2nd highest ever clear count on stage 1. And it just might help to have the guy with the most stage 1 clears in Halo Ninja Warrior history, Hunter Unit 751, the Ninja Warrior of Halo host. He's been to stage 3 20 times and stage 4 twice. He has not missed a single tournament of Halo Ninja Warrior ever since Tournament 1. In Tournament 6, he had his personal best performance, getting to the final stage and making it so close to the buzzer, but just ran out of time. He had never failed Stage 1 until Tournament 20 when he lost his streak, but ever since then, he has been very successful, making it to Stage 3 5 different times, including in the last tournament, when he was able to defeat the Ultra Crazy Cliffhanger for his first time. Unfortunately, he went out on the very next jump, but still, it was Hunter's best run since Tournament 17. And now, Hunter Unit 751 will make his 29th appearance. Hunter was very proud of his performance last tournament, as he should be. And maybe with that little taste of success, he can push himself even farther this tournament. First off, he needs to fight his way through Stage 1 yet again. This would be his third clear in a row if he can pull it off. Hunter on the fishbone right now. Gonna frog jump that first pole as well as the second. Nice big jump up to the third and a long jump to the fourth pole. Hunter is on to the jump hang kai, and he's got some little frog hopping technique. This is strange. All right, Hunter is on the outside of the jump hang kai, and he's got the dismount now for the circle slider. Hunter not getting much of a run up. He goes right for it. Hunter with a big jump off the first ring. He falls behind. Hunter gets a save jump on the third ring. That looked just like Tournament 14 or whatever it was when he almost failed the brace slider. That was crazy. Hunter is onto the flying chute. This is what took him out in Tournament 26. Can he do it today? Hunter gets a save jump. He needed that save jump, and he nailed it. Hunter, with 22 seconds, is on to the lumberjack climb. He's looking for that third clear in a row. Hunter is climbing up. Look at him go. Hunter is back, and he is going to Stage 2 yet again. This guy cannot be stopped.
That was felt like one of the most nerve-wracking runs I've had in a long time.
With that crazy circle slider save and that insane flying chute save jump, I would agree with Hunter. That was pretty nerve-wracking, but he is our 14th competitor moving on to Stage 2. And now we are on to the reigning grand champion, Fireball. Making his 18th appearance today, he's been to Stage 2 15 times and Stage 3 13 times, both second all-time. He's also been to the final stage twice, but this guy was getting to Stage 3 all the way back in Tournament 12 as a newcomer. But Tournament 20 was his turning point when he became the third grand champion of Halo Ninja Warrior. He suffered a shocking Stage 1 failure in Tournament 27 after 13 Stage 1 clears in a row, but he got his revenge on the crooked wall in Tournament 28 and defeated Stage 1, eventually going on to defeat Stage 2 as well. However, he ended up failing the ultra crazy cliffhanger just like he did in Tournament 26. But Fireball has the most first places out of any competitor in Halo Ninja Warrior history. He has 5, and now on his 18th appearance, he's gonna aim for number 6. Right now, Fireball on the long jump, switching his weapons. He has stated time and time again that if he's switching his weapons, that means he's feeling confident. So I like what I'm seeing right now out of Fireball. He is on to the fishbone. I don't even know if I could keep track of how many times he's switched weapons so far. He doesn't on the fishbone until the dismount. Now the jump hang kai. Fireball crouches into the trampoline, and he's gonna go through the inside. Fireball, no stranger to speed on these courses. He's had several fastest times on Stage 1. Right now, he's on the circle slider. Fireball with great jumps. No issues on that obstacle. Now he is on to the warped wall. Fireball is up and in 1. 40 seconds left as he approaches the flying chute. He launches. Fireball, look at that landing with a perfect jump and dismount. Fireball switching his weapons all the way over to the lumberjack climb. Now he's climbing up. Fireball flying up the lumberjack climb, and he is going back to Stage 2 yet again with 23.7 seconds left. Not quite the fastest time of Stage 1 so far, but still a great showing right there from our grand champion, and that makes it 15 Stage 1 clears, tying the second highest in Stage 1 history. Now we are moving on to Free MMO Direct, this new veteran of the course. His career, not very long, but it has been amazing. 3 for 3 on stage 1. He's been to stage 3 twice. And in the last tournament, Free had his first place campaign begin with a stage 1 clear. And then he had an insane save on the salmon ladder on stage 2. But after a few missteps, he was able to work his way to the buzzer, getting to stage 3, and he followed Joey Davis's lead of successfully completing the rapid repulse. He finished in first place by getting to the final rope, where he had a bit of a collapse trying to rush it. He was running low on time there on the final stage, but Free MMO Direct is one of only 5 competitors to reach the final stage within his first 3 appearances. He is no doubt the top PC player on this course, and now he is taking on stage 1 for his 4th time. On the curtain slider, he just looks like he's going faster than everyone else already. It's kind of insane. Now onto the fishbone, doesn't have to wait at all. Free MMO Direct, racing to the fishbone, and he is on to the jump hang kai. Crouches into the bouncer, and he's going to go through the inside. A low bounce, but it gives him all the height that he needs. Now he is on to the circle slider. Free MMO. Beautiful crouch right there. Another good jump, and he is through the circle slider and onto the warped wall. He's one of only 6 competitors to get a fastest time on stage 1 and first place in the same tournament. And look at him, he's got a great pace right now. Free destroys the flying chute. And he is on to the lumberjack climb. Still plenty of time left, and I love how he does this obstacle. He goes so fast. Oh, takes a little step on the 4th one, but Free climbs to the top, and look at that. Fastest time so far. Actually, that's the exact amount of time he had last time. 25.3.
That's awesome. 4 for 4, boys. Let's keep it going.
The streak continues.
Ah, I got the kill.
And with that impressive clear from Free MMO Direct, this is officially the 2nd most stage 1 clears in Halo Ninja Warrior history. But now we are on to number 100, Vazare, also known as Joey Davis. He's defeated stage 1 6 times in the past, and he's cleared stage 2 5 times, including his 1 final stage appearance, which we'll get to. But he started off as a newcomer in Tournament 22, couldn't even get past the first obstacle, and just 2 tournaments later, he was defeating the ultra crazy Cliffhanger. In Tournament 26, he finished in 2nd place, failing the ultra crazy Cliffhanger, but then Tournament 27 was the first time he got the top spot as he failed the rapid repulse, and he got his revenge on it the very next tournament, being the first to clear stage 3 on Halo Infinite, but he could not handle the salmon ladder on stage 4. Still, he has finished in 1st or 2nd place in every Halo Infinite tournament. That is why he is number 100 today, and here he goes on stage 1. Joey, also another speed demon in these jumping courses. He is on to the curtain slider, gets the grapple, and he connects no problem. Now time for the fishbone. Oh, our competitors are getting better at timing this with that first pull from the start of their run, I guess. But now Joey is on to the jump hang kai. A little crouch into the trampoline. Look at that landing. What a save jump from Joey. That was impressive. Joey is on to the circle slider now. Big crouch jump right there. Oh, Joey making the distance with no issues. Now it is time for the warped wall. He's got a couple robotic legs of his own. He looks like Hunter. All right, Joey goes right for the flying chute. No hesitation. Joey with a crazy save jump, but he pulls it off. And with 34 seconds left, he is on to the lumberjack climb. Joey Davis, as long as he avoids a mistake here, and he does, Joey is going on to stage 2 yet again. What a clean run for the veteran of this course. 24.2 seconds left as he demolishes stage 1. Way to go, Joey Davis. And now it is set in stone. Tournament 29 has the 2nd most stage 1 clears in Halo Ninja Warrior history, with 17 jumpers moving on. Tournament 29's 2nd stage will consist of Caden Wyatt, Cyan, Gaming Brando, Tonv, FluffyBee, Disappoint, Sonic Fan, Flamosaurus, Sunnyside Splash, Pedro Man, Eternal Flame, Spenny 37, Vulcan, Hunter Unit 751, Fireball, Free MMO Direct, and Joey Davis. In the next episode, we will see the finale of Tournament 29. After 2 competitors reached the final stage in the last tournament, all eyes are on this phenomenal group of jumpers as they aim to push that success even further. To make sure you don't miss the next episode, hit that subscribe button right now. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and a comment down below. If you ever want to compete in a future tournament, all that you have to do is message me, SMOKEY MASSACRE, on Xbox Live or Discord. I would like to thank you all for watching this episode, and as always, I will see you next time on Halo Ninja Warrior.